Okay, so I'm just going to answer this one real quick because it's been a hot topic lately. The question is there any chance Portal's choice are coming back? Is there a chance someday? Sure. Are they coming back next set? No. Are they coming back 2025? No, probably not. I understand what's going on here, but the challenge I'm having with a lot of the players right now is that we need to figure out what a good opening encounter is. And right now, for example, a lot of players seem to be pushing back where it's like they'll list out a bunch of encounters that are bad, and the only ones that are good are no encounter, Vander, and that's it. There was a tweet this morning where someone was complaining about how all of his encounters in the tournament were for fun tournaments. And I asked him, I said, I'm literally going to read you the tweet here. Hang on. I'm just going to read this to you because this came up this morning. I played 19 games of Tactician's Cups, and 13 of the games were 4 fun encounters. 5 Mel's Blessing, 3 Triple Prismatic, 2 Scuttle Crab, 1 Loot Sub, Jace Workshop Warwick. Bring back Portals. And I said, which encounters do you define as not fun? And the person replies, the lower variance ones. Golden Gala, no encounter, Vi is okay, but the rest are too game warping. And if your bar for acceptable is all gold augments and no encounter, I'm sorry, we're not going to live up to what you want, and that's not the game we're making. And I don't think Portal solved that, because we actually saw in set 12 a lot of our, China players and Korea players and Japan players, even like Tidal, pick the higher variance ones. And that's going to be a thing. So we're not going to make you happy. That being said, we keep those in the game because we want you to enjoy those. But I'm much more interested in figuring out how to make more fair ones that are high variance. So for example, that player listed Scuttle Puddle. I just don't agree. I think calling Scuttle Puddle a for fun one, sorry, I just disagree. It's a basic game of TFT that you just have a few more resources. So I just don't agree. Now, like Warwick, I actually kind of agree. I think Warwick is an example where it's like, wow, this fundamentally changes the entire game. This one might not be something we want to keep around, right? Like, it is rough, and it's like, if you low roll stage 2, that feels bad. I get it. I'm personally not a fan of Mel. I hate Mel games because Mel games, I like to play tempo. I like to do the aggressive leveling on 2-2 and things like that. And so win streaking is bad on the Mel one. I don't like it. We tried to make the change to the Mbessa encounter, so it's at least removing some of the low roll variance. But the reality is, the opening encounter logic is still sound, which is it makes the game sort of easier to get into. Sorry, I know some people are like, well, that's dumb. It is. And we want to make sure that there's still fun in the game. So the other ones I think are really good are like Prismatic Opener. Like you mentioned, all Prismatic. That's just a normal game of TFT that can happen. So I don't know. I don't mind it. But if that disappoints you, I'm sorry. But that's kind of where we're at, and that's probably what's going to stay. So.